Right, hello there guys, welcome back to a new video. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking you through why it's hard to be an automotive YouTuber. Now I've seen quite a few of these videos going about on YouTube. I know that one of my friends, Meeks from Jap Junk, I'll leave a link to his channel down below. I know that he's made a video similar like this, but I feel like I should make my own because I agree with a lot of the points that he said in his, but there's a few that I also believe in as well. So without further ado, let's jump into it and let's get on with the first point. Right, so the first point is money. Now, especially as you progress in regards to the cars that you do or whatever, there's a lot of money involved in regards to being an automotive YouTuber. First obvious expense is fuel. Even though, you know, you can top up your tank for like 30, 40 quid, whatever, depending on what car you have. That may not sound like a lot, but depending on what sort of video you're doing, it can result to being quite a big expense. For example, to even just do a video like this, where I've driven somewhere to sit down and talk with you guys, driving around trying to find somewhere to do that will cost money because of fuel. So that's one of the first expenses. Another expense as well is car parts. Yeah, some car parts may be cheap, but other car parts will be rather expensive. And to buy a car part that could cost you a few £100 just to make one video, that's quite a lot of money. And especially if you're a channel like myself, where you've got no sponsors, you're not getting paid through YouTube through like AdSense and stuff like that. You know, I'm not getting paid to do any of my videos, basically. I'm not getting any donations from subscribers, which I'm not too fussed about because I do this as a hobby. If you want to donate, feel free, message me and we can work something out. But I don't require your donations, I don't want your donations, nothing like that, because I just do this as a hobby and just share it with you guys. So, when I'm in this scenario, spending money on car parts, spending money on fuel, whatever, that's quite a big expense to not get anything in return from it, apart from just a few views and a few likes, which, yeah, again, you know, that's nice, but I'm getting no income from it. So that's quite a big expense. Also following on from that as well, servicing of the car. I'm using the car more often to go out and do these videos, so that means that I need to keep it on top of maintenance a little more. So, you know, that rolls into it. Yeah, that may not be as regular as fuel or whatever, but the fact that I'm putting more miles on my car and I need to keep it maintained, that comes as a long-term expense as well. As well as a few other odds and ends as well. So money is a big issue when it comes to being an automotive YouTuber, because it does cost a lot to do so, especially when you're earning no revenue from it. I do plan to earn revenue from it. I have got merch. Well, I say I got merch. I've got stickers for now. If you guys want some, contact me using the information down below in the description if you do want a sticker. But yeah, that's the first and biggest point so far. Second point is weather. Now, I live in the UK, and 9 times out of 10 it's raining, which is awful. I mean, throughout the summertime it's perfectly fine, because a lot of the days are quite sunny and it makes me want to get out and do things, or get out and work on the car, clean the car, whatever. But when it comes to winter, such as now, instead of us getting snow, we get a shit ton of rain. It's been raining constantly, near enough, for the past 3 or 4 weeks. The weather's been awful, which is why I haven't uploaded much, because I can't get out and do stuff. As a result of that as well, it makes the roads muddy, which means that my car's always filthy, which means it don't look good to go on camera, and I give up cleaning it. I mean, like I said in my last video a couple of days ago, I cleaned my car 2 weeks ago, and it's filthier than when the last time I cleaned it, if that makes sense. Before the last time I cleaned it. So, that just goes to show that winter time and the weather has a big impact when filming an automotive video. Now, another issue, especially if you're a younger or a smaller YouTube automotive channel such as myself, is actually content to do. Now, unlike bigger YouTubers like Adam LZ and people like that, where they can go out and spend thousands on car parts and make a good YouTube video from it and get revenue back from it, for me, like I said, going back to cost, it costs a lot to do so, and my wage is okay, but it's not amazing, and I can't always afford to do that. And the only way that I'm really going to get content on the channel is by splurging out on car parts and stuff like that and actually doing them. Because other than that, other than just doing driving around videos or videos that I've already done, you know, the buyer's guide and stuff like that, there isn't really much else you can really film unless you're constantly buying car parts and upgrading your car. That leads me on to another point actually, and that is my car itself. Now, this Yaris is the only car I've got, which means that it's going to be harder for me to pull the car apart and create content, because I need this car on a daily basis to get me to and from work, as well as for other social activities such as going to see the girlfriend and stuff like that. I don't have a car that I can afford to have off the road. This is my only mode of transport. I hate public transport, so I'm not going to take that. And I do far too much sort of in regards to driving places to require having a car. So the fact that I've only got one car and it's not a car that I can pull apart and make amazing content with, that limits me as to what I can do as well. But stay tuned for a future video, because I'm going to go through the plans for 2020, which will probably be the next video, and I want to break some good news to you that I've been thinking about, as well as a quick review of 2019 and other plans for 2020, so stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Another point, especially with this car alone, is actually sourcing car parts. Now, you may think, oh, it's only a Yaris, the parts are going to be endless, blah, blah, blah. They're not. It is a right pain in the backside to buy parts for, in fact, because most of the parts come from Japan. Most of the parts are an awful lot of money, and most of the parts are really hard to source and are well sought after. So basically, any decent parts, they go within minutes, which means that I may not even see them become available. If I do see them and they are available, they're really expensive. For example, as you guys well know, I need a new rear bumper for this car because it's just shot. There's one for sale at the moment, which is the first one that I've seen for sale in months, and I mean months. And the person wants 140 quid for it, which, for those of you that drive more upper class cars like your Audis and your BMWs, you may think, oh, well, that's nothing for a bumper. Well, going back to what I was saying about money, I'm earning no money through doing YouTube, nor is my wage particularly fantastic in regards to the fact that I can afford to buy parts like that all the time, because I can't, I need to save for them. And the fact that Christmas is now here as well, so I've got no money from that, which means I've got no money to roll into my next pay to be able to afford it, if that makes sense. It is quite hard. And yeah, 140 quid is a lot for a rear bumper in terms of my financial situation, and as well as for the car. Like I said, a lot of people just see it as a Yaris, and 140 quid for a bumper is bloody expensive, because considering the fact it's just a Yaris. But yeah, so that's another point as well, with actually sourcing the car parts and stuff like that, because even normal OEM stuff is very rarely available. Like I said, the rear bumper, that's the first one I've seen for sale in months, and it's mint condition, which is why the person wants 140 quid for it. So I may get that if it's available after Christmas, but highly unlikely it is. So there you go. Now, I think that's most of the points covered. I can't really think of much else. But I wanted to sort of make this video because I know it can be relatable to a lot of you guys that are starting out doing YouTube, especially in the automotive industry, and the breakdown of how much it costs to actually do so. So I'm glad I've made this video. It's been a video I've wanted to make for a while. So I do hope that you guys understand as to why my content has sort of slowed down over the past couple of months. It's been factors like that, as well as other personal factors that I'm dealing with at home, but I'll go over that in the 2019 Reflect video. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope you do understand the points. If you can think of any other points as to why it's hard, maybe you're an automotive YouTuber yourself and there's a couple of issues that you stumble across, please feel free to share them in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what other issues people are having, or, you know, other difficulties in regards to being an automotive YouTuber. I love interacting with you guys, so I do hope to see some comments down below of other issues and other reasons why it's hard being an automotive YouTuber. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.